Meine Damen und Herren, liebe Freunde,
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends of Convoco,
zu unserer heutigen Convoco Lecture
I would like to welcome you to today's Convoco lecture in Berlin.
lautet
The title of the lecture is
Gegenwart
Ending Wars, Present and Past.
Dies ist die erste Veranstaltung
It is the first event under the Convoco theme 2024.
Wie können wir eine
How can we shape a livable world?
Zu einer lebbaren Welt gehört in aller
First and foremost, a livable world requires peace.
menschliches Zusammenleben
Without it, humanity cannot develop a way of living together. Peace is the prerequisite for growth and culture, and thus for human civilization.
darum gehen, Frieden im Fall von Auseinandersetzung
Today's topic is about restoring peace in the case of conflict.
zu behandeln, als zu dieser
Dealing with this topic is all the more bitter as two wars are being fought at this moment that we did not foresee at this time.
stehen mit Europa in Verbindung.
Both are connected with Europe.
Europäischen Boden statt,
One is taking place on European soil,
insbesondere
the other is closely linked to European, particularly German, history.
die Werte der westlichen.
And both are also about the values of the Western world.
Die wichtigste
So today we are dealing with the most important question for Europeans after the Second World War. How do we end these wars?
Europa sieht sich mit dem schlimmsten Ernstfall
Europe is facing the worst emergency since 1945.
dieser harten Wirklichkeit.
We must face this harsh reality.
Es geht um die Sicherung Europas und
It is about securing Europe and peace in Europe.
falls es Israel
After all,
gelingt,
what will happen to Europe if Israel fails to resist its Arab neighbors and if Ukraine falls?
ich bin dankbar, dass
Ladies and gentlemen,
zwei
I am grateful
kommen lassen,
that we have two experts speaking to us today, both of whom have looked at the question of war and how to end it for many years.
Professor Jörn Leonhard haben wir einen Wissenschaftler
In Professor Jörn Leonhard, we have an academic expert
seine Forschung
who, as a historian with his research, has an overview of 300 years of war history, and he will provide us with an orientation by way of examples.
können wir von der Geschichte
The questions that arise here are: what can we expect from history? What can it teach us?
oder zeigt der
Are there relevant examples? Or does the comparison only show the unprecedented nature of the current war?
Geschichte nicht wiederholt.
We all know that history does not repeat itself. Drawing comparisons, making analogies, and expecting repetitions is both wrong and dangerous. Every war is different, and therefore the paths that lead to peace and peace negotiations are also different. But we can draw on elements and structures from the past in order to better deal with the situation in the present and the future.
Unser Blick auf die Zukunft wird bestimmt durch das,
Our view of the future is determined by what we know about the past.
diese Vorstellung verbildlicht
The Romans already knew this.
Janus, der mit
It was illustrated by the god Janus, who looks forward with one face and backwards with the other.
war der Gott des
Janus was the god of conflict, of travel and trade.
Janustempels in Rom
The doors of the temple of Janus in Rome stood open to indicate that there was a war in the Roman Empire.
waren die Türen geschlossen.
When there was peace in the empire, the doors were closed.
Auch um die Geschichte der
which is why today we are also looking at the historical analysis of how to end a war. Ending wars, present and past. Professor Wolfgang Ischinger will shed light on the present. For many years, Wolfgang Ischinger chaired the Munich Security Conference. His many years of experience as an ambassador and as a mediator in armed conflicts, including in Kosovo, will give us an insight into the current situation in Gaza and Ukraine. The questions Wolfgang Ischinger will be able to answer are: why has diplomacy failed? Why did all the exchanges fail to prevent the war? Ladies and gentlemen, we have got Janus with us today, embodied by Jörn, Leonhard and Wolfgang Ischinger. This is a powerful start to our Convoco year 2024, in which we will be celebrating 20 years of Convoco. Welcome, Jörn Leonhard. I also want to congratulate you on winning the Leibniz Prize.